A Mother's Day edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Batters Road Peak Clinic, and Hudco Roofing. Drew's losing his mind. Hang on 1 second. Buddy, what do you need? Your dad help. You go see Daddy show. What do you need? Let's go to the Monday. And then we'll go to JJ's house. Oh, Lord. If Drew is acting like this, we may have a quick show this morning, y'all. Let's see. What's up, everybody? Let me share this out via Twitter, and we will get to rolling. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms who are watching or who aren't watching, if you're spending Mother's Day with your mom. And certainly a special thought to all of those who don't get to spend today with their mom, or to those moms who don't get to spend today with their kids. So whatever today brings for you, just hope that it's an awesome day for everybody. We'll say some good mornings here. LSU drops game 3. They get walked off by Auburn. Obviously disappointing that they couldn't find a way to win it, and that's kind of been the story, right? Where we've talked about it, right? You blew the late lead against Tennessee. You blew the late lead against South Carolina. You blew the giant lead against Ole Miss, and now this game against Auburn. It's 4 games that, the other 3 you led late. This one you were tied, and you had your opportunities and couldn't finish. But, what a difference. Those 4 games right there are the difference between being a 14-win team in conference with 2 weekends to play and potentially playing for a national seed, as odd as that sounds. But if you just finish those games, that's how different your lot in this season could be. But they are what they are, and I'll say this: is as disappointing as it is to lose yesterday. This is the most confident I felt in this team all year. And I put this on Twitter yesterday. I was going back and forth with Will Blackwell, former LSU offensive lineman. And he was like, yeah, they're not going to the postseason. It took me 15 SEC losses to realize that. I actually feel more confident in this team than I have all year. Because after South Carolina, we said, all right, they're going to have to do something statistically improbable to make the postseason. And what I laid out was win a game each against Ole Miss and Arkansas, and then win each of your final 3 series. That puts you at 12. If you can manage to sweep one of those last 3, you can get to 13, and now you're in the conversation. Well, they went and took 2 from Ole Miss. They got the game against Arkansas. They took 2 out of 3 on the road against Auburn. They've done actually more than we thought they could to this point. So 2 weekends left, man. Go get one. Go get a series win at home against a good Alabama team. Go on the road and get a series win against a not great A&M team. And you'll go to Hoover, win a game there, and you're in. So the youth on this team has developed, and maybe you found a third starter with Mikhail Hilliard. Look, 7 1/3 yesterday for Mikhail of 1-run baseball, and the 1 run was a home run to center that went 388 feet. Like, that's a fly out at the box, but in that tiny park for ants, it was a home run. So, I would love to see Mikhail keep this up for the remainder of the season. And establish himself as the number 3. It's back-to-back weeks now that he's been really good against good offensive teams. So I'm encouraged by it, man. Like, this is the most confident I felt in this team all year. Like, and I legitimately think if you can't, but if we had flipped the schedule and they had started Auburn, Alabama, A&M instead of Mississippi State, at Tennessee, Vanderbilt, like you wouldn't have been 1-8 to start the season. You might have been 6-3 with something to build on as you get better. So anyway, all right, let's say some good mornings to y'all. Bentley Spears, good morning. AJ Holland, Drew Hurst, Megan Hurst, good morning. Jared Oquin, Jesse Brown, wishing Erica a very happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Jesse. I will certainly let her know. Kelly Presley, good morning. Happy Mother's Day to Erica. Same to you. Same to all the moms. Hey, Jean Fisher, good morning. Happy Mother's Day to you. Patrick Kason, good morning. Happy Mother's Day to E-Rock. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll let her know. She's getting ready. We're doing Mother's Day with her family today, so no Ask E-Rock today. I regret to inform, but probably a quicker show because I'm assuming most of you are spending the morning with your moms anyway, so you should do that. Hey, Dad, good morning. Ron Amity. How about that one pitch Hilliard? He does have one pitch. They talked about it yesterday on the broadcast at length. He's got one pitch. He's got a fantastic plus curveball, and his fastball is 87, 89, which is not a very good pitch. But when he locates his curveball, he's really good with that pitch. And hey, look, Ron, you can say what you want, brother, but Mikhail's a senior. Like, there's a reason he's been buried in the bullpen. It's because he hasn't been effective. Like, that's not being mean or rude or anything. That's what he's been for 4 years. I mean, he was pretty good as a freshman. The more that other teams got tape on him and learned his tendencies, he got hit, and he hasn't been very good. But his last 2 outings, he has been really good. Now, this was the first time he started in SEC play since 2018. So maybe these hitters in the SEC haven't seen a bunch of him. They're struggling with him. Great. Fantastic. I hope like hell that holds, because if you have a number 3 starter, it makes everything throughout the weekend, how you structure your weekend, more manageable. You know, like, let's see. Mikhail, I mean, we'll go over his career if you want. I mean, Ron, you can be all mad about it, bro, but it's what it is, dude. I mean, he had a 3.79 ERA as a freshman in 2018. 31 walks, 70 strikeouts, and 76 innings pitched. Pretty good. He came back in 2019 at a 5.32 ERA. Made 6 starts. It was 0-4. He only had 1 appearance in 2020, shortened season, obviously. And then, what he was this year out of the bullpen before these last 2 starts. So, shoot, man. He's given up this year. Mikhail has given up 14 runs this year in 25 innings pitched. So consider he gave up 1 run yesterday in 7 1/3. So before yesterday, he'd given up 13 runs in 18 innings. That ain't good. Let's see, but dude, let's hope it holds, Ron. I'm serious, man. I would love to be wrong on that. I mean, I would love it if he established himself as a 3. It just fundamentally changes your approach in a weekend when you have a 3rd starter and you don't have to have a TBA approach. Jason Truax, good morning. Elliot Doge, good morning. Patrick McKenzie, Elch got the series win. Hope for the sweep. Patrick, look, man, it is hard to sweep. It is even harder to sweep on the road. Like, it's one of the things about losing the 3rd game when you won the series, or any time when you lose 3rd game. People tend to focus on the recency of losing that game. But you got to remember what you went to do. I mean, the whole objective was win this series, and they did. So they've put themselves in position now to come home against Alabama. Their RPI is, check the updated RPI. It was 19 yesterday. Let's see where they are today. So they're 23. With the loss, they dropped to 23. But still, 23 is, I mean, you're right there you're going to be among the highest RPI teams, seeking an at-large bid. Look, and now you're going to play Alabama this week. Their RPI is at 28, and then you do have the game against Tech, but they're 25, and then A&M is in the 60s. A&M is 68. So you need wins, obviously. You need wins. You need to win these next two series. You need to win these next two series, and then go to Hoover and win a game, and that should do it. Dylan Landry, happy Mother's Day to E-Rock and Mimi. Very good. Thank you, Dylan. I'll certainly let him know. Let's see, Ron, they gave up on him way too early in favor of the freshman. The experiment didn't work out. His experience alone should have been more something. Ron, that's just wrong, Ron. I don't know how many people who know way more than you and me you need to hear from, but it's what it is. Mikhail throws a 12-6 breaking ball, which we've talked about since he was a freshman. It's got like an MLB spin rate on it. It's a great pitch when he can locate it, but when he leaves it up, he gets crushed. And he doesn't have a fastball that's overpowering that he can come back with. The kid throws 2 pitches. That's it. He has 1+ pitch and a fastball that's not great. So, that's why he's run into trouble. You could say they gave up on him, but you've got a large enough sample to know you had better options. But good on him, man. He's come back and he's pitched well. Now, I've seen Mikhail pitch for 4 years, and the next outing could be one where he doesn't get through 2. Let's hope he goes out there and crushes it, man. But to say they gave up on him too soon, Ron, it's just wrong. Because when you have guys who have better stuff, you're gonna err with those guys who certainly have the higher ceiling. And are you gonna not throw Jaden Hill and Landon Marceau and Labus and last year with Cole Henry? Look at the guys who had been in the rotation, man. Jamie Leday, good morning. Jeff McKithen, good morning. Trivia, what's up, man? Merrick Mathern, Nola Custom Closets. Pat Houston, Senior, what's up, Pat? Good morning. Happy Mother's Day to all. Michael Costello, happy Mother's Day. E-Rock. Cliff Nelson, morning, Scone. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms, to E-Rock, Mama Scone, and Mimi. Yes, indeed. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms who are watching. Trivia, can't do Ask E-Rock today. Heading to in-laws for that's supposed to be Mother's Day surprise. All good, Trivia. Eric is getting ready anyway, so we're good, man. Bubba Tatum, don't see this game in the same light as the rest of the lost leads. The pitching yesterday was superb by both starters, and the defense on both sides was stellar. So, we did talk about this with Ben McDonald last week on AFR if you missed it. But Fitz, the kid who pitched for Auburn yesterday, Fitz was their Friday night guy to start the season. You can tell he's got plus stuff. He just was really struggling with consistency, and so Butch Thompson removed him. And so they've kind of gone whole staff approach, on the weekend, and they haven't really established roles. So Fitz was on yesterday. What can you say? That's a guy with, 94, 95, who sat 94, 95, and was just feeling it yesterday. So, that's a guy with good enough stuff to be a Friday night guy in the SEC. And he showed yesterday. He wasn't a Sunday guy. That's for damn sure. Let's see. Scott McClendon, happy Mother's Day to Erica. I hope you have a fabulous day. What's on the agenda? So, Scott, we are going to go to Erica's sister's house. They live down the street from us. So their whole family will be together. Erica, her mom, her sisters, all a family. So they're going to have boiled shrimp, and that's what the ladies wanted. So we'll swim and do all that stuff. So it'll be a really good day. Really, really good day. Eric Wilderotter, maybe just me, but after the packed house at Ole Miss and semi-packed box, crowded Auburn felt super stale. Eric, I thought I heard them mention on Thursday or Friday maybe that they're not at capacity yet, that maybe they're at 40%. And you got to remember, man, Auburn came into this weekend dead last in the conference. So I don't know that they were necessarily going to draw really well. But hey, look, man, this coming weekend is huge. Last home weekend, and this is the best of the remaining teams that you're going to play with Bama coming in, and at Bama's at 28-17. They are 11-12 in the conference, but this is, you got to get this one, man. Bama came into this weekend with a winning record in conference, but they're playing Vanderbilt. They're at Vanderbilt, so they lost the first two games of the series. So the game threes today, they may get swept by Vanderbilt, but that's still, I no crime to get swept by Vanderbilt. But that's a good team, man. So, but you can beat them. You can take 2 out of 3 from Bama at home. They need a crowd this weekend for sure, man. Cliff, I think adding that Cutter has helped Hilliard. Good on him. Always cheer for the Baton Rouge kid. He went to Estruma. He went to Central. And I mean, his fastball has been a cut fastball. I mean, that is his fastball. It's just not a great pitch. But again, he was feeling it yesterday, and that's awesome. The problem with McHale is that it just hadn't done it consistently throughout his career. So, and they've had better options. But man, believe me, I would love to see Mikhail Hilliard establish himself as a number 3 that gives you 6 or 7 innings of one-run baseball every time he goes out there. It'd be fantastic. Hang on one second, go. Right. As always, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They're tagged in the post over there on Facebook. So y'all give Brock a follow on their Facebook page. And of course, if you need an orthopedist, they're the best. Of course, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Carly Cat, what's good? Merrick, with the bases loaded, should Paul a pinch hit for Milazzo? Merrick, man, here's the thing. I know everyone's going to bring up the catcher interference. The second one, I had no problem with at all. I mean, he was reaching low and away. The hitter extended the bat and got the glove. I mean, it sucks. It sucks. I mean, that's a terrible, terrible break. But I don't know in that situation how Milazzo could have defended that better. I mean, it was low and away. I mean, he went to stab the pitch and the hitter extended the bat and got the glove. I mean, whatever. But I don't, Merrick, the tough part with it is, man, I mean, I understand your question, but I think in that situation, you're only pinch hitting if it's the bottom of the 9th and you're losing. Because, and I brought up the catcher's interference because you need your defensive catcher. Like you don't have your other catcher is Jake Wyeth. I mean, you don't have a great option. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think, hi, Drew. So you're not going into the bottom of the 9th without your catcher. I, anyway. Spurge, good morning. Happy Mother's Day to E-Rock. Thank you, Spurge. Same to Rach and all the ladies in your life as well. Bubba Tatum, the 12-6 curve was disgusting yesterday. No doubt, man. When Hilliard is locating his curve, when he's locating that pitch, it's very good. That pitch is very good. Kyle Milliken, what did you think about Elon Musk on SNL? Did you watch? Do you have Doge? I did watch. I do not have exposure to any Dogecoin. And the reason is, Kyle, so I'm going to go nerd it out here for those who don't know. It's a cryptocurrency question. As a project, Dogecoin has just been dead. Like, they're not doing anything building upon it. But I actually was listening to a podcast yesterday, and apparently Dogecoin is about to start building smart contracts on their platform. So they're actually, I think, with this wave of attention from Elon Musk, et cetera, they're going to start building up their platform again, start building on the platform. And after the price pumped up to like 74 cents, it dumped like we told you it would. I saw it this morning at 48. That would actually be a really good entry. So, Kyle, I'm considering it, man, at 48 cents, because if it can climb over $1, maybe to $1.50, you're talking about more than doubling your money. I mean, there's some like Doge enthusiasts who think it can get to $5. I don't think I ever see that happening. But it might be worth having some. Star Hill Stunners. Hilliard seemed to be a better option as a starter than Hilliard coming out of the bullpen with the bases loaded, runners in scoring position. So you say that, but like you have to think back, right? and I'm challenging you. Please don't be a prisoner of the moment. Mikhail was very good yesterday, and he was good against Arkansas. He hadn't been good when we've seen him the previous 3 years. So 2 years. So who were you going to replace in the rotation? Were you going to replace Cole Henry? No. Were you going to replace Jaden Hill or Landon Marceau or AJ Labus? No. Like, there were better options. There have been better options. Like, there should have been better options this year had Jaden Hill not got injured. I mean, like that's not even really an argument. And so they tried to carve out a role for him, and it didn't really work. So, but let's hope that he can continue this consistency. I'm telling you, like, if you remember Mikhail as a freshman, he had a couple of great outings. He won at Auburn when they beat Casey Mize. He had a great outing at Vanderbilt, where I think they lost, 1-0, gave up 1 or 2-1, something like that. But what happened is the more hitters in the league got film on Hilliard, and the more they learned his tendencies and they learned how to approach him at the plate, they crushed him. And he hasn't been in that role now for 2+ years, and now he jumps back into that role, and I think he's catching a lot of people off guard. They just don't remember him from 2018. So it will be interesting to see if he goes out there this Sunday against Bama, how he fares, But God, I would love it. Like, please, you need a number 3 starter. I mean, we talked about this at the beginning of the season. The advantage that LSU had was with Labus as a number 3 was you weren't going to go into many Sundays or get game 3s in the weekend facing a team that was running out of pitcher at 100 career innings pitched. LSU did. I mean, it gave him an advantage on Sunday every week. And so it was like, all right, find a way to split with Hill and Marceau, and you got an advantage on Sunday, you'll win your series. Then, of course, Jaden Hill got hurt, and we know how it all went, but it'd be awesome. Kyle Hilliard was killing me leaving the fastball middle in yesterday, but luckily the Little League Park was able to hold it. I was impressed with how long he stayed. No doubt, dude, Mikhail Hilliard gave you 7 1/3. Oh, I wonder if it's. I had a message on like a pop up on Facebook. It just said your live video contains music or something. Sesame Street's on in there. I wonder if maybe the Facebook bots heard Sesame Street and muted me or something. I don't know. Thavanka De Silva, good morning. Jared Oak, want to tell your mom and Erica, scattered, smothered, covered, tossed, chunked, said Happy Mother's Day. I will. I will, Jared. But as we've been over once before, smothered and covered for me. Not scattered and chunked and tossed. Erica will go, ugh. All right, let's see. Anything else? Let me know what y'all are doing today, man. We can go ahead and wrap this up, get rolling, but let me know what your plans are for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. If you're over there, 28 watching on YouTube, only 14 likes. Man, I would really, really appreciate it if you're watching on YouTube, if you could hit the like button, which is the thumbs up. Just a major help how we grow the channel. So thanks so much to everybody who is watching over there. Please hit the like. If you're on your phone and you don't see the like, you have to X out of the comment. You'll see the thumbs up, and then you'll have a live chat icon. Just tap that, the comments will come right back. So thank you very much. Cortland, bad day for LSU yesterday. Bad day offensively, man. And look, they had their chances late. The one that was really the moment that was really devastating, when you kind of realize when they finally got Fitz out of the game, and they brought in the reliever, and they let off I'm trying to find the play-by-play so I can remember exactly how it went. So when Swilling came in to pitch for Fitz in the 7th, and Cade Doty walked on 4 pitches, a 4-pitch walk, that's where you're thinking, everybody's saying Happy Mother's Day.
Aw, Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas. We know how to outsource a little bit. Can you get 2 liquid plumbers?
Yeah.
My sink in the bathroom. It's like
Okay. Okay. So in the 7th, it's 1-1. Fitz is finally out of the game. You're feeling like, all right, here's an opportunity. Doty walks on 4 pitches. DiGiacomo, they try the hit and run, and Doty gets caught stealing. They review it. They never tagged Doty. Didn't tag him. The umpire was positioned in front of the bag where he should have been, but the tag came on Doty's back, and he never made the tag. It was clear, if you were watching, that he didn't make the tag. But if you're going to go with like the indisputable evidence thing, then that's the disservice of having 2 cameras and not 10 like on Sunday Night Baseball with super zoom and all that stuff. But anyway, because that's a bummer, man. I mean, that you went from that situation from having the leadoff guy on and on second base with nobody out to caught stealing, DiGiacomo strikes out, now nobody on, 2 out. And then Thompson singled and got the second on the throwing error. And then Brody Drost walks. They hit Bianco with a pitch on the hand. So now you got the bases loaded. And that's when Milazzo hit the little flare to the pitcher. So if that's who, earlier we were asking like about pinch hitting for Milazzo, there's no chance you're pinch hitting for your catcher there in the 7th. But that's a bummer, man. And I mean, he was going back up the middle with it. It's just some bad baseball luck. The pitcher was right in that position to make the play. So, but I mean, how different is that inning without the bad call at second base? You know what I mean? Like we can have that conversation. I mean, and it's legit, but anyway. Let's see. Gio and Milazzo have to get some BP. They're killing us at the plate. But Kyle, the flip side of that is, man, Gio was awesome last week. I mean, in the Saturday game against Arkansas, he was 4-5. Gio's been good since he's come back. Everybody has a bad day or a bad weekend. I mean, it's just not everybody. It's baseball, bro. Not everybody hits 56 games out of the year. You have ups and downs and ebbs and flows. It's why you have a lineup that you try to piece together with guys that can hit. Like starting Brody Drost yesterday, I think was a mistake. I was surprised to see it instead of Beloso. Maneri kind of went with a hunch to give somebody else a shot. He went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. I mean, that's brutal. That's a bad decision by Maneri. I mean, he was trying to get a different guy in the lineup. But the thing I told you all year about Beloso, even when he's not getting base hits, he's still getting on base and he doesn't strike out. So he's at least going to have productive at bats. Draw strikes out too much. Merritt Mathern, fillets and baked potatoes. Multiple sports. Gotcha. Cortland, if Milazzo doesn't reach out, ball probably hit hard enough to get the double play to end the inning and said catcher's interference. I understand what you're saying. I don't. The first one I would say was more of an issue than the second one. I mean, he's reaching to stab the ball that's low and away. The hitter extended the bat. That sucked. It just happens though. Star Hill Stunners, Hilliard's only started 2 games since 2019. Oh, back to my point. Like, who were you going to take out of the rotation? Were you going to take out Cole Henry or Jaden Hill or Landon Marceau or AJ Labus? No, of course. Come on, man. Like, you got to be real about this. Watching LSU lose in 3 sports in one day is rough. Well, just enjoy your day today. All right. I do love Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. Gives you your Sunday off. You're done by Saturday. You have 2 primetime games, Thursday, Friday. I love it. Yeah, that's Cortland. I'm with you, man. But it's also that's the one that I less fault him for. Anyway. All right, y'all. Look at that. We're at 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's awesome. Thanks to everybody who has subscribed to the channel, who watch. Excited to keep this thing rolling. For everyone who's been asking for a YouTube option for a long time, now you got it. So Facebook and YouTube here for Morning Scone and our companion shows and all the live stuff we do. So keep hitting the thumbs up, keep the likes going, and keep subscribing for those who haven't subscribed yet. All right, y'all. I think we're going to get rolling here. Let y'all get to your Mother's Day and appreciate everybody for spending some time. Look, man, bottom line is it looks like they found a number 3 starter. Hopefully Hilliard can keep it up. The young players have come along and played very well. And you've done everything you needed to do since the South Carolina series and then some. Did you miss an opportunity against Ole Miss Game 3? Yes. Did you miss an opportunity yesterday against Auburn? Absolutely. Was Tennessee Game 2 and South Carolina Game 2 devastating? No question. But despite all of that, you put yourself in position now to make a run, and you got 2 weekends left. So go 4-2 these next 2 weekends. Go win a game in Hoover, and see where the NCAA the committee sends you for a regional. So anyway, okay, y'all. Have an awesome day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Don't do a thing. Let everybody pamper you today. And we'll be back tomorrow. All right, y'all have an awesome day. We'll see you. Peace.